Okay, let's go. We are live. We are live. Oh man, we got
Tony's lagging behind on the intro, but it's coming.
Yeah, it's so
coming.
bad. It's coming. All right. As always, Cleveland in the house tonight. We got Carter's Barbecue. Let's go. Get some MGK. Woo! Pegasus Jerky. Let's go. Let's go with the Topo Chico. Let's go. All fired up, man. MGK's got me in a certain kind of way tonight. Pegasus Jerky Company. Go check them out in Dallas. Then we got Frickson Family Farms out of Dakota, Minnesota. We love them. We love their meat. It's good. They even raise their own grade to feed their own cattle. How about that, folks? Cleveland Whiskey, perfect sponsor for tonight's show. We got MGK Screaming Rock Cleveland. We're going to be drinking Cleveland Whiskey here tonight, as always, on the Dude Network. And until we meet again, Inc. Check them out. And, they're out of Massachusetts. They got sirloin tips, man. They got Chinese sausages. The sausage maker that has been there for like 30 years. Like anything, $25 across the nationwide for shipping for them. Chicken wings, whatever the hell you need. Cold cuts, capicola, prosciutto. They got it, man. We get a little bit of, let's get some Italian, Boston, Irish, everything all in one here at Meet Again. Woo! All right. We're out. That was cool, though. I needed it. How we doing, boys? How we doing?
Oh, man. Living the dream.
We're living the dream. Is it a nightmare or a dream? That's what I always ask.
Hey, either one's still a dream, so.
Isn't it kind of both?
Yeah. What is it like that movie Semi-Pro? He's like, I don't have dream. He's like, you never dream? He's like, well, Dick, dreams turn to nightmares. Yeah, so. So what we doing, boys? How was the week? How's the week? Carter's, hey, we can relate. He's getting the little one down to go to bed, man. So when that happens, he's going to be on here to join us. So we're going to fill in the gaps until then. And I know we're capable of doing it. I missed you, boys. I'm so excited for this Friday. A little bit of a rough week. A little bit of a challenging week, man. Doobie's talking. It's been, Doobie, has my week been peaks and valleys, bro?
Oh, man. Yeah. I think it's like that for everybody right now, man. It's just tough times.
Hey, but the peaks will change the Dude Network forever. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, man.
If it happens, if they come together, and I'm not going to say anything because last time I was like, I got this pilot and it was greenlit and it was greenlit. Then they gave the show to somebody else. So we won't go down that rabbit hole twice. But if this comes together, Dude Network will be changed forever. What could it be?
Oh, man. Dropping bombs.
Yeah, What are you drinking here? Little Doritos?
Willow Seasonings. What's going on?
Willow's in the house. Hey, can we take hey, yo, Ohio, Tone. Yeah, look at this crew, Masshole. Yeah, man. We got it's something.
It's a motley crew, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's definitely motley. That's damn for sure. So hey, Willow Seasoning. Let's take a real quick before we get Carter on here. Because he's got his line of seasonings, but I'm assuming you've all played with the Sweet Heat by Willow Seasonings at this point.
Oh,
man, it's got an awesome flavor profile.
Yeah, sure. I'm telling you, that is money.
Dude, there's a reason it won the American Royal flavor.
That's what I'm saying.
It's. Hey, anybody on here watching? You see him on the comments over there? Just go like his page and get you some Sweet Heat, man. If you're looking for that one game changer seasoning of the summer, it's nice. It's sweet and sweet, and it's got that coarse pepper texture in it, man. It's kind of separates it from the rest of the Sweet Heats out there in the world.
Yeah, it's just different. Different.
It hits different.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't wait to do it on a big cook. I've done it on a burger, and it was a killer venison burger, but I'm ready to do it on some dude food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did it on that bullfrog chicken, and I'm thinking I just need to order another bottle, and so I can just cover a pork butt in it.
Yeah, that would be a killer pork butt, man. Could you imagine mixing that up with some olive oil and injecting that inside of your pork butt?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
No one does that.
Okay.
Yeah, why can't you season your cider vinegar before you inject it into a pork butt?
Oh, you can. Yeah. The thing is
happens.
you got to either like heat it up or disintegrate. Like it's got to soak long enough. Otherwise, if you just throw the chunks in there, it'll just block up your injector.
Hey, puppy. Big old pooch.
No,
That's not even a
that's
dog.
small
Can we
one.
agree? Hey, nice
Yeah.
pet. Hey, nice pet horse, Doobie.
Yeah, he just lives with Shetland ponies.
Yeah, Shetland ponies. Is that one's name Buttercup? I mean, geez,
Oh man,
look at the size of that damn thing. Golly.
it's my smallest one.
Oh man. Hey, can we all take a second at how cool looking that Great Dane is, though?
Yeah.
Now, which one's that? Which one's that, dude?
This is Penny. She's a female.
Oh, she's the sweetheart. Yeah, she's like, hey, your daughter's down to sleep, so she's getting a little reprieve right now. She's just happy.
Oh man, my daughter has been abusing her lately.
Yeah. Yes, it is a Great Dane, masshole. And Willow, you guys are making me blush. And he said, mix sweet heat with sweet smoke. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So everyone might be like wondering, it's like, man, we've had some like the Myron Mixons, the Leanne Whippins, the Tina Cannon, Garubs is on here all the time, Woodfire Whiskey. And Willow, is that a horse doobie? But man, Carter's got a near dear place to my heart, man. He's been making big moves though. Where I'm real excited to talk about that. He's also got the other account, Unknown Black Pitmasters, that's been really making waves out there in the collab community. And but he was one of the first guests on TikTok when we did Dude Sessions when it first came out last year. And he's a Cleveland guy like me. Well, I'm not really Cleveland. He's a Northeast Ohio guy like me. We'll generalize it into that. And he was awesome at like breaking down like soul food, the history of food, like why cultures in certain parts. Like Ohio's a really tough state to break down, because it's like so many cultures. And I mean, because you got people still use propane. You still got people using, like Carter. Hell, he was using Kingsford the other day. And Doobie and I were talking about, he's like, man, it's like Kingsford. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people still use Kingsford up here in Ohio. But he's awesome. Everyone's going to really love him. He is full of knowledge. He's been around the block, so he knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two. He just started up his barbecue business. So Doobie, you and him are going to have a lot to talk about of, the barbecue, full-time barbecue life, even though he's still, I think he's rocking both jobs still. But yeah, he's doing that, and he's running his seasonings and sauces. Is Teresa's Sweet Honey Barbecue. It's a sweet barbecue sauce with honey. We're going to have him break that down. And it looks like the handsome young fella is coming in here with us right now. He's sitting here in the lobby room. But I'm really excited because that means I get to give a killer intro.
We've got
I mean, I'm excited because I got a Browns fan in my I had to come down to the Browns den tonight, man. Like, I don't get this very often. So normally I'm hearing about how awesome Texas is from Nombre. So tonight it's Ohio's turn. So I hope he's watching. I think Nombre's watching. He's doing a whole hog tomorrow. I'm excited to have him on for the after.
Sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be real cool. But coming in tonight on the show to kick on the weekend party, he is a man. He is a myth. He is a public icon in the state of Cleveland. That's right. It's a state. It's its own nation, actually. It's the sovereign nation of Cleveland. The dictator, the reigning supreme party, the master of Q, the beholder of sauces, the whisperer of seasonings. This is good. This is a good one. I don't know. He's got a beard, which means he's smart. So that's cool. Without further ado, I think now that he's blushing, Darren Carter of Carter's Barbecue. Oh, wait.
Dude.
There we go. All night, boys. Get ready. Drink it in. Drink it in. Drink it in.
Wow, that was amazing.
The Whisper of Seasonings is a new one. That one's sticking around. That one's sticking around.
You paused for a second after that one.
I was like, man, did I just say that?
I don't think I could have wrote that better myself.
Me neither. I guarantee you that doesn't happen twice. That intro will never happen again, man.
Well, I am glad we can replay this on YouTube because I think I'm going to use that as my coming in.
Ooh, there we go.
Hey, there we go. Hey, I'll clip it for you, dude. I'll send it to you. You can put it on your Instagram and tag the Dude Network first thing tomorrow
Yes,
morning.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. In the sovereign country of Cleveland.
The sovereign nation of Cleveland.
Sovereign nation
Yeah.
of Cleveland, yes.
Yeah.
I am 216, baby. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Good, man.
Good, good.
Just trying to be as cool as you, man. Just trying to
I'm
be
in
as
the
cool
new
as you.
digs, man. I'm in the new digs. I'm happy. I'm in the
Hey,
new
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Making
dude.
big moves over there, dude.
I know, right? Now I have to preface this by saying I probably won't be able to stay to the after party because I got to be up at 3:30 in the morning. But we're gonna do this.
Yeah. I got to get up about 6. Hey, man. Great, Carter. We're slinging barbecue in T County now too, man. I haven't got to tell you yet.
Oh,
Yep.
Tomorrow is a steel day. It's an actual work day. It's not my
Boom.
That's exactly how I feel about it. That is exactly.
Hey, let's sell 10,000 bottles of seasoning tonight so he can quit that damn job and he can just sleep in the morning, shall we?
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, do that.
Hey, and anybody that's on here, he made a good point. This is automatically on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. As soon as it's done, it goes back out for replays. So if you missed some of it, you can come back and watch it anytime. Please give us a like. Please give us a subscription more than anything, especially on our YouTube channel. Help us get to 1,000 here. We're on a push.
Share it out. Share it out.
Yeah, share it out. And there was one other thing I had to say there, and I totally blanked. So,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, buddy.
we'll quote that one up to the college years. We'll quote that one up. So, hey, man, dude, like so much has happened in the last few months for you, man. Like you've had so much happen. Like people, like the support you got from Cleveland and the small business associations you were working with up there to help get you to where you're at, man. We were talking last year. You were just slinging seasonings. You had your arm you were all banged up from work, man. Which still think you should have got more money. I mean, from them for that because it was obviously Ford's fault. So they got it. They can hook you up. Just saying. Revisit that at some point. Just throw it out.
Just saying.
Just saying. There might be some isn't there some lingering pain in that shoulder? I don't know the drill, but I'm just saying.
Show, always, the views expressed on the show. It's not always the mindset of Darren W. Carter, so just know what that means. But
yeah,
you never know.
Never know, man. So you got a barbecue shack now, man. Talk to us, man. What's been going on in your life in the last 6 months from the start of the year to now, man? Like, let's talk about it.
A lot, like you said, a lot. December 31st, I went back to work from the busted shoulder. And so basically I've been back to work all year now. But all last year, we did the Honeycomb campaign to raise funds. And it was an investment campaign to raise funds to get our trailer and a smoker. Because we just decided, okay, let's just do this. If we're going to do it, let's do it. And we raised, $29,000, something like that?
It was stupid. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Like a stupid amount in a good way. Stupid amount in a good way.
And, I cried like a baby a lot, pretty much, during the whole campaign. Because you just never know, the kind words people say, just them giving, they're not really giving, they're investing, so they're getting their money back plus. So it's not like, there is a risk, like anything, they can lose it by default, obviously. But to put their trust financially in Teresa and I, my wife, that meant a lot. That meant a great grill. And there were some people who they reached out, they may have gave a few dollars personally because they couldn't do this or that, or some people just didn't have, and some people just couldn't, or it wasn't their thing. And I get it. I fought nobody or anything like that. But it was just their thought that still made me feel good. So we got that. We ordered the smoker. As soon as I got that first deposit, I was like, deposit on the trailer, deposit on the smoker. We knew that there was going to be a lag time getting the trailer. So we got an 18-footer with a barbecue porch. So we're able to put the smoker on the back.
Ooh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't, pimped out. I got a warmer and I got a refrigerator and a prep desk. I ain't need no propane. I'm not frying. I ain't doing nothing. If it don't come up smoke, it ain't gonna be cooked. So
Hey.
I need to keep costs down, right? But that's not my thing. I'm doing barbecue. I'm not doing Polish boys with fries or anything like that. I'm doing barbecue. they told us it'd be in late January, early February, which it did. The smoker was supposed to be before Thanksgiving. And unfortunately, I still don't have a smoker. But the first company that we were dealing with, it didn't work out, so I had to find somebody else. Oddly enough, the person I did find, he works at the steel mill with me, just in another department on the side of the mill, and lives here in Cleveland. So if you all have seen my Instagram page, you see what it looked like. It's a 275-gallon oil smoker that we're gonna do reverse flow. It's nice. It's gonna look real nice. So I'm happy about that. We should have that. I was hoping to have it tomorrow, but they're still doing some finishing touches, which I'm cool with. So we should have it within the next week. So we did that. I had to get the licensing, get the insurances. I had to get I had to get it wrapped because you couldn't get it licensed and all that. So it's just been a long journey. But on May 7th, we had we had a few soft openings before then, but on May 7th, we had our grand opening. And it was amazing. It was just, people, some people came up with gifts. And to see it come to that part was amazing. To see it come to that part was amazing. And the other thing, the biggest part of that particular day, other than spending it with my family, was my father being there. Because I know we probably talked about this the first time. Okay, I'm pointing at you, but it's pointing this way. I'm backwards. So
yeah, it's all messed up. Just go opposite of your brain. It's total. It's like backing up a semi. Go opposite.
So I think when we first did this on TikTok, my father is kind of how I got into this a little bit. Just watching him as a kid and everything. He just did the holiday things. It wasn't no big. He wasn't really into it. It's just, I'm a man in the house, I barbecue, that's what I do. So that's kind of how I started and get into it with that mindset. But to see him, sit there and see his name, on, his name, Big Carter's Barbecue, you know what I'm saying? I'm just borrowing it right now, you know what I mean? But his name on that trailer, it meant a lot to me that he could see that. It meant a lot to me because he's an entrepreneur. He has a barbershop for years. So even though I'm not cutting hair like he probably wished, we're still doing the entrepreneurial thing. So yeah, that happened. It's still happening. I can't do nothing now though. My driveway just got we cemented, so I got to wait a few more days before I can take the thing out. But we'll be out in the first 2 weekends of July. That happened. Another Instagram page that I manage started to really blow up. The Unknowns Black Pitmasters. Mm-hmm. Those interviews and discussions are going well, and I'm getting a chance to talk to some pretty nifty people.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we get a good chance to talk about some of those people that you've been, because I know we all watched that collab you guys did at Meetup, and that was awesome. So I want to definitely dive into that.
In Texas. Yeah, I'm still fanboying over that. Right? Because really, we were there with Rasheed Phillips, as you know, came running up to Tina. Yeah. Who's doing some freaking amazing things. It's just ridiculous. The OG Kevin Bledsoe. Really, Kevin Bledsoe. And then Joy Victorian, who was a Preserve Pick winner. He's doing some great things down in Texas. What's this?
Look, because Nombre come out and talk about Texas, and it's not his night. He thinks just because Archie Manning signed to Texas yesterday that they're God again. And I was like, listen, dude, they've sucked for so long that he was smart enough to realize if I win in Texas, I own Texas. That's why he went to Texas. Because he liked Texas.
And it doesn't take much to do it. So it doesn't take much to do it. But yeah, he's a legend in himself. And it was a event to and it wasn't. I thought it was the first, but it wasn't. His first book signing was in LA. This one was in his hometown of Corsicana, and it was a great event. We were fed over 400 people. 2 days of cooking. I mean, to see them work, you know what I'm saying? We had Kevin's executive chef there, Jimmy, and just to see what they were doing on that large scale, I was like, this is a master class. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing what they're doing, seeing how they're going, got a chance to get into it, get my hands dirty. Man, I ain't gonna never forget that. I'll never forget that. And I have to say, I was a benefactor of Rasheed Phillips in itself. He pops in our lives quite a bit, sometimes depending on how things go. And one of the things that I say a lot on my particular lives is, you know, I'll be glad when I can do this face to face, when I can come and talk to you all, you know, face to face instead of, you know, internet to internet, you know, come down, break some bread with you, talk barbecue, talk shop, listen to your story. Because what we like to do on our channel is to share stories, you know, of all these people that they don't know. I mean, there are a plethora of Black barbecue enthusiasts doing their thing, whether it's a pop-up, whether it's brick and mortar, whether it's catering, whether it's teaching. I mean, it's just a plethora. So my job here for that is to get their stories to the world so they won't be as unknown. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk to people, I say, you know, I wish I could do this face to face. I'd be glad. So one day he popped in. He's like, look here, I'm tired of you talking about you doing this face to face. So, you know, you're going to be my guest on this day, blah, blah, blah. You can come down and you better talk to some people face to face. And I was like, now what I did, I did miss one person because another one of the ladies from the first season of that show was supposed to come. She didn't get a chance to show. And Roger Mooking himself.
Who was that?
I don't know her name. She went early. It wasn't Sylvie. It was the other young lady, Miss Sylvie. It was the other young lady. She did, I think, on one of the things she tried to make some sausage, but she didn't put no fat in it.
And then the other one, she like got like dirty smoke and rinsed the smoke off the meat and put it back on. Was that her?
That could be, because I think that's the only other one that was there.
It was a savvy move, man, because she just brushed it with butter and basted this dirty smoke off with like butter, washed the seasonings off, but she at least had a butter base. It was probably like one of the coolest.
I think that was her. And then Roger was supposed to come, but he caught COVID. Yeah. So right before the event. So I did eventually get a chance to speak with him. Hey, Mama, how you doing?
Hey, Mama.
That's another one of my mamas. That's another one of my mamas.
Hey, we can't have enough mamas in the world. That's just facts.
See, so then I did eventually get a chance to talk with Roger, but not face to face. And that was a good conversation as well. Yeah. Who's got the koi pond? Oh, you hear the?
Yeah, that's Doobie. He's sitting outside living his best backyard life.
Well, we all inside. I mean, Jonesy outside too. You outside too, aren't you, Jonesy?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I almost did, but I didn't. But yeah, Doobie's living his best backyard life. He's got a Shetland pony running around back there. He's got koi fish swimming around. He's got the hummingbirds. He's got the lights going. Like New Mexico. Don't show New Mexico because Doobie's giving it all kinds of love right now.
Living your best life, Doobie.
Yeah,
hey, you know, it's officially summer. You got to enjoy the backyard.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
guns out. Look at them things. Look at them pythons he's rocking over. Not as Carter's looking jacked, by the way. This dude's been like hanging out with Stipe up in Cleveland. Looks like him over there.
Yeah,
you can't see my gut. I'm hiding my gut.
Oh, that's all right, man. Hey, yeah, me too. That's why it's nice about this. It's from the chest.
This is.
I look great from here up. Well,
yes,
right.
Jonesy. This is purposeful.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. I know I've been doing a lot of the talking here. So, Doobie, Johnsy, I know you guys have been watching Carter, for quite a while now. We're all familiar with him. So you guys, ask Mr. Carter here some questions because I want to go back into our original conversation here at some point about the history of Ohio food. I think you described Ohio food better than anybody else because it's not easy to describe. So I definitely want to get into that here at some point. But Doobie, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I would say, like, first thing I got to ask is, growing up, I know you mentioned your dad cooked a bunch of barbecue and stuff. What was the barbecue item that kind of suckered you into barbecue? Like, was it ribs? Was it brisket? What was it that kind of got the gears turning for you?
Ribs, baby. Ribs on
Yeah.
that is my best, you know. I mean, I can do that in my sleep now, ribs. Because, you know, it wasn't a low and slow thing back then. It was hot clothes, flip, flip, flip. What we would do we would put the ribs in vinegar water in the in the big roasting pan overnight so it tenderize itself, and then in the morning rinse everything off, season it, put it on the grill, flip, 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 flip till it's done. Basically, there wasn't an offset low and slow. No, we talking. My daddy had a 55 gallon barrel grill, that he cut open and, did his thing. That's how he did it, So what do I want to do? I want to be like Daddy. I want to make ribs, So, as I got older, what's up, Luke? As I got older, did the ribs, did the salt and pepper, kind of, did different things. And this is where the seasoning came in, because after a while, when I really kind of wanted to get into it, I started playing with different combinations and things of seasonings to see which made your ribs better. And then, then you get into the TV of the Pitmaster shows and all this kind of stuff. And they talk about layers of flavor. I'm like, layers of what? So then, you start doing more and more and more. The seasoning that I have now, it took like 2.5 years maybe to get it to where I really want it,
Oh, wow.
and that's just the great journey of it all.
Yeah.
The trial and error of it all. So, but yeah, ribs, man, all day, every day. But you know what? I may only take a bite of them when I cook. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Carter. I'm gonna come up there, man, and I want you to show me how you do your ribs, because I was telling literally Doobie today, and John Z might have told you too. Like, I make ribs, I just can't make ribs that I just fall in love with. Like, they're good, but I don't got that. I have yet to have that showstopper bite where I was like, "Holy shit, this is an experience." I'm having.
See, that's where this is the love of barbecue, man. That's where the experimentation comes in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Either you find a commercial rub that you like, you know what I'm saying, or you start to mix the spices that you like, and mix those together. Throw a half slab on there, throw a half slab the other one, and just get it done. And then the wood choice too. I mean, I'm an apple guy. I like apple because it's nice and fruity. It goes well with pork. I'm not that heavy mesquite type, even with my beef. But even the wood choice, goes into the whole, as they say, flavor profile. So yeah, man, so that's the fun of it. I mean, that's the fun of it. I mean, you can't, if somebody tells me that they're in barbecue and they haven't burnt a lot of meat or made a lot of mistakes, or you know what I'm saying, it's like a bomb maker, all 10 fingers. You're not a bomb maker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the great part of the journey of the craft. And I think, y'all don't at me, but you could at me at Darren W. Carter. I'll go with you. There's no big difference. I think a lot of the commercialization of barbecue and the ease of some of the different tools now take away the craft. And that's not just barbecue. It's a lot of different things that, I mean, if you tried to go in a car that was made in the 70s right now, your arm would break if you would try to roll out the window. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just barbecue, but barbecue is what I'm passionate about, amongst other things. But there are a lot of tools that are making a craft get lost.
Yeah.
Get lost. And that's
it's the definition of technology. It's supposed to make life easier. That's the true definition. Anything that makes life easier than what it used to be is considered technology.
And I don't mind.
I'm with you though. Sometimes that's not a good thing.
I don't mind easy, because I mean certain grills for me are like a BMW. I ain't gonna buy one, but if you give me one, okay, but I'm not gonna buy one. I just people need to know, and this is just me. Here again, there are many different levels in this barbecue game, okay? And I don't fault nobody, do what you do, because one thing is about barbecue, you can do it the way you want it, how you want it, when you want it, whenever you want it, because it's you. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want. But for me, stick to the craft, or know the craft at least. But just don't be so high on your hog with technology. You know what I'm saying? In a nice way.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, don't say you're the best in the biz when you just hook something up to an outlet and forget about it for 10 hours and say, "Look what I created."
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Hey, breaking news. Carter just shit on every pellet smoker in the world. Newsflash.
Yeah. Let me cover up this part of my flag real quick.
Yeah. Hey, John D, what are you doing over there, bud?
See, then I had, and it is not a. I mean, I never thought about it this way as well, but I had a friend tell me, people call themselves pit master. Well, how can you be a pit if you haven't necessarily mastered all of the pits? Our modern day pits. Because I mean, when you think about pit master, I mean, we have to go back into the days of enslavement to how they really cook in actual pits.
Bring that down for us, because I really want to know about that.
So let's mess up y'all barbecue thought process right now, okay?
Please. Okay. My brain is mush anyway, so do it more damage. Go ahead, sir.
Barbecue was not brought over here by the Spanish. Barbecue.
Nope.
The type of barbecue that we are familiar with today, that type of cuisine, that type of cooking, had nobody that looked like y'all a part of it. Okay. It was
love it.
It was something that came out of slavery, the types of pits that had to be dug, long hours, the whole animal type of cooking. They couldn't cut no brisket out. They wasn't gonna cut no pork shoulder out. When Massa had to have a house warming or a sale, unfortunately, or whatever, we had to go get the hog, slaughter the hog, clean the hog, open the hog, cook the hog, serve the hog. You think somebody else touched that other than the people that were enslaved? I mean, when you really go back and think about it, that type of cooking came from West Africa over to here, in the Atlantic slave trade, and from that is your modern day barbecue as we know it. Now, humans have been cooking over fire since the beginning. Mm-hmm. That's nothing new. They've been cooking over fire since the beginning, but the styles in which we call barbecue, that of our day barbecue, it was started by enslavement. It was started by enslaved Africans who came over here, during the slave trade.
And they also had to, add a quick question to help you add on to your point there. They weren't working with the finer cut. So that's probably also the reason why we work with, what's now like a popular barbecue cut. Back then, that probably wasn't a very good popular
brisket
cut.
Was not a popular cut.
No, that was like butthole. They used to throw them away.
Yeah, brisket was not, and see, here's the thing. What was given to us as trash, we had to make edible and eat, or our families wouldn't eat, so the brisket and pig's feet, pig tail, cowboys, the old cowboys of the West, which again, most of the beginning were black ones, but that's another story for another historian.
The next show, we'll get that.
Yeah, one. They ate everything when they would get a cow or they would get an animal. Everything. I forgot what kind of stew it was called, but it had the heart, the liver, to everything. You didn't waste anything. Why? Because you wouldn't go eat it if you did. Who's gonna be picky when you don't have those things? So yeah, it's only when certain people get a hold of something. Now, brisket. You're not a pit master unless you can cook a brisket, and you're not a pit master unless you can cook a brisket like they cook it in Texas. Like, who's Texas? Sorry, dude, but yeah, who's Texas?
Yeah, right. Who's Texas? Texas.
And then the audacity, because you have Southern Texas has its own barbecue style. Eastern Texas has its own barbecue style from, further east, south, because they migrated over there. And of course, you have Central Texas. But and I know different regions. People have different regions of barbecue, but Texas is not the epicenter of barbecue. Do they do good barbecue? Yeah, I ain't gonna take you from that. They do some good barbecue.
No, yeah, they definitely do.
It's the epicenter, no. But I'll say this the best way that I can, and
Don't say it the worst way. We love controversy.
It's only the epicenter is because of people like you, not like you doing it, but people that look like you. You see what I'm saying? It's only the epicenter because it's white. The whole reason the Unknown Black Pitmasters got started. One of the main reasons was in 2015. Did we talk about this story on IG? I mean, on TikTok.
Probably, dude. It's hard to believe that's been like a year ago.
I know. 2015, there was an article. It was a Fox article that had the most influential barbecue pitmasters. Nobody looked like me, and only two women. Only two women out of 12. Only two women. So, Southern Living, the magazine Southern Living, I call it their clapback. They had an article. Do anyone of y'all know who Henry Perry is, by the way? You may know Tony, but if you do, don't say that. Anybody know who Henry Perry is?
I actually don't.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. But you do know Memphis Barbecue, the best tech. Oh, well then this girl life, you gotta go somewhere else, baby. You gotta go somewhere else.
No, his name's Tony. He's cool. He's from Arizona.
Cool.
I ain't gonna lie. Texas got. Like I said, Joy Victoria is from Texas. This dude, Brisket was. This dude, I just wanted to slap every living person that I knew. It's good. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say that it's not. It's just not the epicenter. That's all I'm saying. So we say that way. Texas barbecue is some really good barbecue. It is hard to compete against, but there are those that can't compete.
So with that being said, Memphis is still affiliated with the African American culture, correct? Because Memphis style is a lot of African American heritage.
Memphis is South Carolina, the Carolinas
for sure.
Right. It's just Texas. It's just Texas. Anywhere but Texas.
Even Texas. And what I say about it now, because it's white, is because now of the commercialization of it. Just like I said about, it's what you put out, it's what people see. You see what I'm saying? So when Southern Living saw that, they did a clapback, and they had these are our most influential to barbecue. Now it was a mixed group, and here again, I don't and understand me with this. I ain't saying people white don't do barbecue. No, y'all people cook some good barbecue. All I ask is that and observe the craft of it. If you say you love barbecue, observe the craft. If you love to paint, wouldn't you know who Picasso was? Wouldn't you know who Rembrandt was? You see what I'm saying? Wouldn't you know the history's past? Do the same for barbecue, and don't just let it be washed over. If you hear and say, "Ooh, a black man started Kansas City barbecue," no, he didn't, and then just keep moving without even, thinking about it. That style of barbecue, what we know now of Kansas City barbecue, was started by Henry Perry. That's who Henry Perry is. So y'all can Google him and look him up. Even so many different things. And we talked about this before. Uncle Nearest.
Hey, I was waiting because I brought something out for you.
Yeah. Now see, I got to go to work, so I can't have this tonight. But
I can.
I saw that in the store. I think I'm going to get that. But Uncle Nearest, Nathan, he was the gentleman who taught Jack Daniels how to distill whiskey.
Yep.
If it wasn't for Nathan, if it wasn't for Uncle Nearest, as we call him, there would be no Jack Daniels. And it took Jack Daniels up until this century to tell people that. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Why can't we just tell, we ain't do everything. Nobody did everything, but somebody did everything. Yeah. So let's give credit to where credit is due, all across the board. So they came out with that article, the Southern Living article, and they had a lot of people. Henry Perry was one of them. A few other people was one of them. But the first one, they called the Unknown Barbecue Cooks. And they were the people, my favorite part in that was they tended the pits. They tended the pits, but we don't know who they are. Look, here's my water.
Hey,
they attended the pit.
they're also drinking water. We'll get to that in a second, though. Too. Go ahead.
But they don't know their names because records weren't kept, especially pre and post Civil War and Reconstruction. There were a lot of records of us, but you couldn't, especially post Civil War, you couldn't really go to. It was like a McDonald's, Wendy's, and a Burger King. Because that's what people were doing. That's a skill in the craft they created. That's a skill and craft that they learned. What's up, Jeremy? And they went out to make money with this. But it got hijacked over the years, and now all you see is and no shade to them because they only can do what are given to them. You know what I'm saying? All the people that are in the limelight now, but you don't. It's no reason why you should have not heard Rodney Scott prior to him his Netflix show. No reason, and there's so many others. That's the thing. So with that, that's how this, IG page and group came along. Because once I learned something that was hidden from me, whether purposely or not, I want to kind of make it my business to unhide it. So I just want to share people who love the art of, and the craft of barbecue, that's doing it the right way, who look like me. No. So I kind of went around there.
No, that's all right. No, that's great. And actually, man, because there's limited facts out there, like I've always found African American history more entertaining than most because there's a lot of unknowns out there that you're learning. Mm-hmm. Like when Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson were all them playing professional ball, like I found it interesting that they were actually the highest paid ball players of that era because they would bounce around from team to team and use leverage in forms where major league in the white communities were basically, owned. They were owned per pieces of property by the major league players. You didn't have free agency, you didn't have anything. You had Satchel Paige, they would just be like, I don't care, I'm out. See you. And he was actually the highest paid player of his league. So but I know I'm kind of on a little tangent there, but I agree with you. The history of the African American community is unknown, but very exciting because it seems like there are starting to get more archives and stuff like that out there over the years.
Well, the internet is a wonderful thing, and then we live in the information age. And that's good and bad, unfortunately. But the people that may not have, who have the receipts, that may not have been able to publish a book or, get in front of a class or do this or do that, are able to put their findings, put everything, and go back and, dig up and find these things and then put them on the internet because that's what we know. It was interesting, like even with the Uncle Nearest, his descendants, a lot of his descendants still, a couple of them still work for Jack Daniels. I don't know why their story was never told, but it took the young lady who founded Uncle Nearest and her partner to do the research, got the information, of course, made the label, but also, put out, and then, what's name did the right thing, even though it was centuries later. But Jack Daniels did the right thing, co-signing, yeah, of course, yeah, it's true, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, now that's one of the most awarded whiskeys in the last 2 or 3 years right now, Uncle Nearest is.
Yep, really good.
And it's pretty cool, but it's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate that a group of people have to struggle to find the history.
Right. But it's good news that it is starting to come out, though. That's the good news.
It's starting to come out, but it's also starting to be squashed. But this is a good show, so I don't want to talk about it. we're not
put our own separate podcast on that one. Yeah. Jonesy, hey, what do you got here for Carter?
What you got for me, Jonesy?
What's been like one of the people that you've interviewed? What's been like the biggest or coolest moment from one of your one of your favorite ones? One of the ones that just set it It's set apart a little bit different.
I think
That's not Rashid. That's not Rashid. It's not Rashid. Because that's a cop out answer. I'm not letting you cop out.
No, wait. I had to almost like, he would pop in here or there or whatever. And I'm like, come on, man. Would you please just let me talk to you? It took a minute, right? It took a minute, but he's a very modest man. He was like, I only got 15 minutes. I mean, after that, ain't nothing else to say. Of course, his lasted about 2.5 hours. And we jokingly call it, the 12 commandments of barbecue. I mean, he gave some great business tips that can do for entrepreneurship, period. But it's geared towards, a barbecue business. But it all depends. I mean, there's not just one per se. There are different categories of them, I guess I could say. Erica Blair, Blue Smoke Blair.
Oh yeah.
Hey, she's on my shit list, by the way. I'm not happy with her. She hit me with the like and not respond when I asked her to come on the show. You know how Doobie of them and John Z know. You don't do that to me. You're dead.
She liked it but didn't respond?
Yeah, that means it's intelligently ignoring me. I didn't like it. Anyway.
It takes it. No, I'll admit. I don't know how long it's been, but she doesn't get back right away.
She had enough effort to hit the double click. She could have just put no.
Yeah, she was my first. And
yeah. You can keep her. No, she's awesome. No, I love her. No, she's awesome. I'm just picking. So, if she's watching, we still would like to have you on the show.
She was the very first, and I didn't at that point. I didn't think about having that continue like that. I was just like, hey, this is a great time. Let me just reach out to see if she would come on, to talk about the show, Barbecue Brawl, the season 2. And I think we had like 3 or 4 weeks left on the TV show when I asked her. I said, whatever the outcome, I don't know. I didn't know she was going to win. and if you can do it contractually, cool. Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite YouTubers, Eddie Wright, I reached out to him and he was like, yeah. And it was just, that was the first, because it's like, now I got somebody who was on TV and a big YouTuber. I'm like, okay, so that was cool. One of the most,
just can't do it.
I don't know. I guess one of the most that hit me the hardest was JL the Pitmaster. He's out of Phoenix.
Okay.
And what's up, everybody? And if I could put in words and emotion what I want or feel for the Unknown's Black Pitmasters, he said it. The passion that he described about why he does barbecue for our ancestors. I mean, it was one of the most somber moments, the most somber moment out of the 30 that I've done. And I mean, they're all on, they're still all on the page. You can go back and look at it, but the way he expressed why he cooks and how he cooks to continue, standing on the backs of our ancestors, doing it the same way, keeping that craft alive. I mean, it wasn't a dry eye in the room, I don't believe. It was that passion. So I think that was one of our better moments. And then I think a guy named Corner Boys Barbecue James. I laughed so much during that one, I almost spit on my drink. I mean, it was just crazy. So I don't really have that one, that just blew me away, because I'm blown away that Miss Sylvie wanted to talk to me, or and Rashid. JL is that dude. He's ridiculous, and he's on. I found him on TikTok, Tony. I found him on TikTok. He be schooling the young people. And all the people that I've made are friends I've made. Keeper's Kitchen down in Atlanta, plates by the pound, dude named Aaron. During the pandemic, he started selling barbecue out of his house. Now he's in a brick and mortar. A year later, a year later, he was in a brick and mortar and expanding like crazy. I got a chance to talk to Adrian Miller, the author of Black Smoke, which is a great read. Everybody should get it to get a little bit more honed in on the craft of what barbecue is today and where it came from.
That would be a cool book to read.
Roger Mooking. I mean, Dr. Kynes. Now, Dr. Howard Kynes. Let me talk about Dr. Howard Kynes. He was our last one. He is the basis of how I wanted to shape the Unknowns Black Pit Masters with the history. Yeah, you can come into this group. You can show your pictures. That's cool. But I want you to be able to talk to some OGs, get some help. Each one reach one type of thing. But I want you to also know your history. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you doing it that way? Why you feel, that this way is right and that way it may not be, or this way or whatever. It's because of history. And when we're talking about a man that has receipts, I don't know, you all may be familiar with him from Man Fired Food, where he's the rocket scientist that's also a pitmaster. And the episode that he was on, they used the backhoe to dig up a hole, and they cooked the whole hog in the ground.
Hell yeah.
His infinite knowledge of Southern barbecue is like, y'all can just sit down and talk with him all day. So, and we had, just a great conversation. He's doing some great things for Black barbecue now. And a lot of that is because of him. A lot of that is because of other people, people like Rashid, the OGs like Kevin Bledsoe still doing their thing. Mr. Williams, I can't think of his first name right now.
Cat.
He just got voted into the Royal Hall of Fame. Why can't I think of his name? He just got voted into the American Royal Barbecue Hall of Fame. I can't think of his name right now, but there's just so many who are doing some great things and are pushing, a narrative that we like to see finally out.
All right. Doobie, I know we got Mr. Texas himself waiting to come on here for the after party, so we're going to make him sit on it for a little bit here. Doobie, before we get the greatest state of all time to come on here, what do you got for Oh, don't worry. I'm going to let you get a taste. Carter. You just wait, sir.
Texas wants to succeed. They don't want to be a state. They want to be. You know what? Texas is the only state I've ever been to that you can't go a quarter mile without them flying a doggone flag. I just I couldn't believe it. I'm going through Texas.
Hey, flag. It's the only state where the Texas flag is bigger than the American
flag. You're right. Yeah. I'm like,
hey, okay. It's so great. You only need one star. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Man.
And you know what?
All by itself.
Oh man! Don't feel Nombre's fire. All right.
Yeah, he's down here just partying. He's just got his hat on backwards, raising the roof in the waiting room, like dropping sucking times and dropping dimes. Man, he's going nuts.
I could not believe that they're so vain with their own flag. I couldn't believe that. I was like, okay, you go ahead, Texas.
It don't stop with the flag. It does not stop.
No, it doesn't. I mean,
now that the worst thing that could have happened to this country is Archie Manning signing with Texas. Just saying, worst thing that could have happened. It's going to be Vince Young 2.0 all over again. It's all I'm going to hear about for the next 6 years.
Well, we'll see how his first year goes. Let's wait and see that.
Hey, Carter, he ain't got no wide receivers to throw to because we signed them all. Oh wait.
I yes, we did. And I can't wait to that football season because even though this is still my heart and soul, I'm not there. I'm just not there.
No, we're not there yet.
Hey, we're looking pretty good, huh, Doobie?
Yeah.
What?
Yo, football.
Oh, the Chargers. Chargers, man, we're going to the Super Bowl this year. If there was ever a year we had a chance.
Okay,
I'm calling it now.
That's the worst take of the show. Worst take of the show. Right?
It's happening.
Man,
Chargers.
dude,
All right.
yeah.
Championship minimum. You know
All right.
what I mean?
Hey, they're looking good.
Yeah.
Let's just play him this clip back once it comes playing off time.
Oh, don't worry, it's up there forever.
Hey, I'll be
Yeah.
ready. I'll be ready.
Dude,
I'll
we
be
At
there
the
with the beer.
54 at the 54-minute mark, Doobie said something regrettable. Got it.
It wasn't going to happen, Doobie. We told you here this day.
Nope.
It's not going to happen.
You got a
Don't
better
you
chance
rain on
of
my
being the Browns in
parade.
the Super
It's
Bowl.
like-
Right.
Man.
The only bowl that the Browns are going to is the toilet bowl, man. Come on now.
It might happen because we might not even have a quarterback this year.
pretty much. So, I mean, hey, because Cincinnati, I mean, Pittsburgh is going to be Pittsburgh. They'll be competitive, even though they may not be great. Tomlin is not going to have a team out there that's not going to be competitive. The Ravens will be the Ravens. What's the name's going to come back healthy? They bolstered up a little bit. They put in some of their holes. And then Cincinnati just going to ball. So if you come out the North this year, you know, every year that the Brownies.
Oh, Tony, how could you?
He knows.
Anybody that comes out of the North this year and these subsequent years to come, because really the oldest team probably is the Steelers. So we got a good 3, 4, maybe 5 years of some real good AFC North football, and then their winners should go far. I believe their winners should go far.
Love it. Doobie, I know you didn't get to ask your question before we bring on Nombre.
I don't really have a question, but I will say that I was definitely excited to see you start the Unknowns. That was a cool page to start following and get there's a lot of cool interviews. If you guys aren't following, definitely check it out. JL was definitely one that was worth watching. I started following JL when he first started at TikTok, like before he had like less than 1,000 followers. It was like right after COVID started. And I was like, man, this guy's old school, you know?
Very, man. I love it.
And he's like so smooth the way he describes everything, you know? He just got like that like charisma about him that you just want to listen to what he has to say. You know?
He was like,
I feel you.
You know, JL Pitmaster here. I got this question up here, and he's talking about do I do this on my meat? Let me tell y'all young people something. I love it.
And he responds to the craziest stuff too. He doesn't discriminate. He'll respond to everything, you know. He's cool.
You know another good one to follow is Cooking with Kanji. He's also on IG, and I also got a chance to talk with him. He is the anti modern day barbecue. He's team no spritz. He doesn't believe in spritzing, you know, and he shows his work. He's like, look, you don't have to spritz. I mean, briskets, whatever. And he's, you know, he dispels a lot of and let me say this, these barbecue shows are killing. I mean, they're killing everyday barbecue because
we're looking at it right now. Burger Bro, it's all Asian barbecue. I'm like, this is not even American barbecue. Like, no offense to the Asian barbecue, but how the hell is all three finalists like non-traditional barbecue and call themselves the master of Q? Like, get out of here.
But not even that as much as, you know, especially these competition shows, you're not going to cook in your backyard like a competition.
No, they're all a joke.
There's
one thing we've learned on this show, those are a joke.
And these things, but you got people who live and die. If you don't have a restaurant or if you're not on TV, then you can't cook barbecue because Tuffy did it this way or Myron did it this way. That was a great interview, by the way. I saw that.
Yeah, he buried Doobie. It was awesome.
Yeah, I got a chance to because I got a chance to go to his school. I did get a chance to go to his classes. He's a funny man. Okay, but you saw
he's hilarious.
He's a funny man. But yeah, right, I mean, people is like, and those are the people that are the trolls, especially most of them on the internet. You know, you got to do the 3, 2, 1, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8 method. They got to fall off. Boy, they're overcooked. I mean, it's like just stop watching TV, y'all. But this is what I'm talking about, the commercialization of it. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I'm talking about. If you don't do it their way, that they see the people on TV, then it's not the right way. The barbecue is done whatever way you want to do it. You know,
Right.
If your family like it, the people you cook for like it. Brian Furman, he is an excellent cook. He's he has unfortunately 2 of his restaurants burned down. He rebuilt both of them, and he's also in the Atlanta Hawks arena. He has a barbecue spot in Atlanta Hawks arena. One of his taglines, and I'm paraphrasing it because I don't want to mess it up, but basically he don't cook for judges, he cooks for people.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and that's 2 totally different things. So, you know, you got trolls, and you got trolls and everything, who don't even, who may not even have a grill at home, but they're gonna tell you how to cook your barbecue. So it's like, you're wet. You're supposed to have wet wood. No, you're supposed to have dry. No, it's supposed to be cooked at 275. No, you can't do no hot and fast. They're gonna burn. You gotta cook it at 195 for 12 hours, and then go to 275 for another 12. Where you learn that at? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
hey, whoever pulls that cook off, good to them. That's all I can. If that's what it takes to be a master, I'm cool being second place.
That's why I call myself and all those others, we're barbecue enthusiasts. We are ecstatic about the craft of barbecue. Yeah, fat cap up, fat cat down, this, that, blah.
What are you? Do you have a preference?
Nope. Whichever way I remember, whichever way I season it down, I put it down.
I love it. I love it.
To me, it's really no difference.
I'm starting to wonder if Ohio's just got a big bowl of effort. That's what I'm starting to wonder. Because Jubian and John C. and Andre coming on, they'll all tell you, man, I do whatever the hell I want.
Let's get back to that.
That's just the way I do
it. Talk about Ohio barbecue. We're very eclectic.
Hang on. Before you do, let's bring Nombre on, Mr. Texas, so he can listen to how awesome Ohio barbecue is. No! Shut up!
The stars are bright deep in the heart of Texas.
Isn't it
Oh.
Hang on, Sloopy.
Hill. Oh. We got a delay.
Okay, in other news, I just want to quote, and we can rewind. Tony said good luck, he's going to be Vince Young again. For the record, we're the national fucking champions in 05.
Yeah, because you beat them pussies from SoCal.
Yeah, doesn't
my
matter.
Gosh.
We'll take that feat. And we already talked about the earthquake that can separate that fucking state, man.
Didn't Reggie get like his Heisman taken away, that team, and they cheated or something?
Hey, in all fairness, in today's day and age, that shit's legal. It should have been legal back then, too. I'm Team Reggie Bush on that one.
Today. I don't mind it either. They should have been paid a long time ago.
Right.
I was in college talking about people should be paid, especially for people that look like us, because we were the one making the money.
That's right.
But, it's all good. So, how you doing?
All right, my friend. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. Y'all, Texas is pretty nice, but it's hot. It was hot. Y'all got too many bugs.
It's a hot son bitch. That's right. Here in Texas, you get poked, stabbed, or killed. One of the something. It's all by a bug or a snake.
Why so many flags, man? Could you explain it?
Why? Well, dude. So you know about the Six Flags under Texas, right? There's like a history. You're talking about history of barbecue on the black side. There's like a large history on Texas. You got, I go on for hours, and we only got 30 minutes, but still, it's a lot of pride of the state that we went through together as a state, or our ancestors and our forefathers. It's a different nation here. Just for the record, we partnered with the U.S. That's why our flag flies as high as them, but out of respect, we stay a couple inches under them.
Okay.
That's not a joke. We're the only state that can fly as high as they are.
Let me ask you this: why are some parties? Because there is talk of. Obviously, it's not going to happen. Obviously, there is talk of succeeding. Literally, you have lawmakers down there talking of succeeding. Now, all I do is I believe that is just a ploy to get other stuff under people's noses that they don't know about. But why would that even be a talk?
because the main you want if you want gas or fuel, you got to go through us. Think about it.
No,
You want huh?
there's a lot of gas and oil in Ohio. Just saying.
Okay.
And
Well, so
Alaska.
Ohio's this big, and Texas is this big.
Oh yeah.
Alaska's that big, and they got
Yeah.
more oil than Texas.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Oh no, Brett, don't. No, I'm just saying that's the typical I'm wrong line.
No, I'm not wrong.
I'm just saying. Well,
Hey,
we're
we
just
don't have to-
seriously.
hey,
But
I'm not
seriously,
a fan.
as a Texan, why would you all consider something like that? Why would you all let your lawmakers even bring that up?
Have you seen the other lawmakers? The other 49? Look, a bunch of dumbasses. Anyways, we're not going to go into Republican Democrats.
This governor abandoned ship during the worst crisis of Texas, but the best politicians in Texas. I can't get over that one, man.
What did you want the guy to do? What do you want the guy to do?
Man.
He's not a lineman.
Front line, be one of the Texans, proud.
Hey,
Get them hands dirty.
we've
Start
descended
firing
to
up some
politics on
generators.
the Jude Network.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
all-
Politics is
Y'all
becoming.
started it
This
for the
isn't
fucking
good.
record.
Yeah, and I will say we had a hell of a time talking
Not
shit
you,
about
Carter. Not you,
Texas.
Carter.
We had a hell of a time. That was fun talking.
You my man. You my man, no, bro. It's okay. I started. I'm just all poking fun. But,
Yeah.
something
It's
like
all
that. No, I'm poking fun for real. But
Well, trust me,
let's-
he can take it. He
Oh,
dishes
no,
it
yeah,
out.
it's
He can
all
take
fun.
it.
Oh man. So, because we had, Grillin' Houston, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. You know how he tried to poke us about Ohio barbecue.
yeah. He's a poker.
People don't understand.
We're what the side dish state. That's according to him. We're the side dish state up here in Ohio.
People don't understand. I mean, here again, migration went south,
So great.
north. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
South, north. So you got Chicago, Indianapolis, all these places, Cleveland. Some of the, well, not too much East Coast, but this central area here was a great migration from the south. All that which was there came up here, but as it came up here, we started to get a little bit of a lot. We're very eclectic here. If you could say what is our style is what we make it, and it's very eclectic. We don't hold to one particular, we're wet, or we're dry rub, or we're vinegar, or we're base. You could probably find everything in one particular barbecue thing, because we take what we found, we take what we have, and then put a twist on what it is that we have come up with,
Right.
that we've been brought up with, or whatever part of the South our families have come up with. And then that's what our Ohio barbecue is. You can probably find some of the most flavorful barbecue here in Ohio, where you can find it anywhere else, because one of the things about all these other regions, they all kind of want to stick to what the region is. There's no region for us to stick to. We toss and flip our flavors like we want to.
I don't understand.
California.
We don't want
Yeah.
to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh, Milton, come on, man.
No,
What do you
man.
say about
I'm just going
California?
to say this. Like if you know how to cook, like if you can cook barbecue, it doesn't really matter what seasonings, what sauces, all that stuff that you use. I got a buddy, Kniev. He's from Chicago, and all he does is spray with like a water bottle with like half water and half vinegar, and uses like a little bit of Lowry's, and that's it. And some like those ribs are some of the best ribs I've ever had, and it's just basic ribs over Kingsford, hot and fast, just seasoned up, more basic than most people would even think about doing, and it's some of the best barbecue I've had. It doesn't
I'm the
take a
same
lot
way.
if you know what you're doing.
Mhm.
I like, so when you hear Texas, what do you hear? Salt, pepper, garlic, right? SPG.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, the Lord blessed me with a tongue and
Yeah,
a large,
no,
with a large profile of flavor profiles.
Bigger than the
That-
state.
Yeah, I want to try everything. When someone says, "Oh, you need salt and pepper," all you need is water, but we don't drink water all the time. I'm gonna put that on my shirt.
Hey, that's a good one.
Cheers.
That's what I say. There is, that's how I put it in the conversation stopped right there, because they're holding a beer in their hand or a soda.
Yeah.
But I think though that's where barbecue is going. from like you said, I think, you know, in the commercialization of barbecue and what we see media wise, what we see on television and all these different things, they still regionalize a lot as much, you know, because that's supposed to be what barbecue is. You know, you got to cook a Memphis style, you know, dinner. You got to cook a South Carolina style dinner, whatever. But when you really think about it, there are so many crossings of flavor nowadays. Like you said, it is becoming more of a melting pot into how people are doing things instead of just this traditional way.
Right.
They're holding fast to the basis of the traditions, and they're flipping the script with it. And that's the best thing that can happen to any cuisine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I actually, and like, this is probably, I don't know if this is like, I hope this is not just an Ohio thing, but I'm with you, man. Like, I would get bored just getting stuck with SPG and mesquite wood. Like, I'd get so bored with that. Like, it's like, it's so repetitious. We're like, here, like, every time I do something, even if I had a money recipe, like, I'm still going to mess with it because I'm always just like, I don't want to do the same. I don't want to be a robot. Like, barbecue is just going with it and just sending it, you know, just see what happens.
You make it your own. And that here again, in these type of settings, outside of camera settings, that's what's happening, I believe, to the state of barbecue today. People are doing things on their own. They're experimenting. They're, you know, whatever flavor. They're bringing other nationality flavors in to fuse, you know, with barbecue, like we talked about earlier. But it's not as regionalized as I don't think it's as regionalized as people want to, as we see that's put out in front of our eyes.
I think it was pre-COVID, and then COVID, when everyone flooded the social media to create their brands, and then everybody look at this show right now. We got Texas, Ohio, New Mexico, California on one show talking about their, and guess what? We're all learning from each other, and we're like, man, that actually does sound kind of cool. Let's play with it. So I think the TikTok started it, then it went to Instagram, and well, at least that's how we did it. But I think all these social media platforms really help expedite and speed up the fusion process of different region barbecue.
Yeah, it speed up different things. You know, everybody got to try trends. You know what? If I see another chicken cut like a frog, I'm going to throw up.
Oh, man, let's go.
The great Alfredone.
Stupid. Nope.
I don't care what you say. It's a little bit better than a spatchcock.
Really?
I'm
going to have to try it, but the spatchcock is the best chicken I've ever had.
That's exactly what I thought until I did the bullfrog. I think it cooked just a little more evenly.
Hey, Carter, let's do a bullfrog together, man. We're going to do the bullfrog together.
See, I'm of the opinion if I see another
I want to
chicken
come up to
wing,
Cleveland with the chicken.
if I see another chicken wing video.
Carter, so you do spatchcock or you don't do it neither? You just cook it whole?
Spatchcock.
Okay, it's less work than spatchcock, so I'm kind of confused on your statement.
That's what now?
You said it's too much work. It's less work than a spatchcock.
Not to me.
You're not removing nothing.
Nope. Well, yeah, you don't do that, but for me, it's simple. Snip, snip, and I'm done.
Now,
slice, press.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm on the fence. I don't know.
I'm talking to Carter right now, Tony.
You already know where I stand. I'm at the point where I'm being so stubborn on it. I can't do it. Like, I just can't do it. Because if I do it,
that is not. And it's just one of those.
You'll be so hard of a sellout.
But you know, it's
sell out.
And it tells from when I started doing certain things on social media. I did some of those things, but you know, the more that I learned about our craft, the history of my craft, and then getting more into my business and actually, you know, taking that and going out and doing that. I don't want the gimmicks. I just want to feed people. You know, I just want to feed people. I love their smiles. I love when I see one of my favorite customers. I only gotta say one because I got a few of them. I got quite a few of them. But one of my favorite customers. Actually, we found each other from a mutual friend in LA. No, he lives in the Bay Area. I'm sorry, he lives in the Bay Area. They live about an hour and a half away from Cleveland. The gentleman that lives in the Bay Area happened to share my thing and say, "Hey, Ohio peeps, you know, Ohio's a big state, but hey, Ohio peeps, you should check out, you know, Carter's Barbecue in Cleveland." So they saw that, and one day, it's a couple, and she had to drive her husband up here to the VA. And it just happened to be one day that we were cooking. So they stopped by. We said, "Hey, you know, thanks for coming. Love you, whatever." You know, they said they liked it. I was like, "Cool, I'm glad they liked it." The next time we had a pop up, they was up here. This time they didn't have to go to the VA.
There we
Next
go.
time we had a pop up, they were up here again. They didn't have to go to the VA. They at least come once a month.
Nice.
You know, an hour and a half away, just to get some barbecue. To me, that's better than any gimmick than doing any training.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I know people do that to get clicks and likes. I am so far removed from that right now. I don't, you know, if you like it, fine. If you don't, fine. I'm gonna, you know, I got ADHD. I'll post things for like 4 weeks in a row, but then you're not gonna see me for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna get that consistency out of me because I'm always trying to do something else. And if it's not that important, I'm not gonna do it. But I try to keep up as much as possible. But for me now, you know, it's about feeding people and making them happy with their belly, with the love that we put in our food. Outside of that, dude, I don't care. So I ain't doing no, you know, what was one of the other things they did? You know, smoked Oreos with bacon and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not, you know, it's good to see somebody else do it, but it's like, okay, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And no shade to them. Please don't take it that way. Please don't take it.
I'm triggered.
No, we lost half the fucking audience. Jesus.
Yeah, they're gone. Well, let's just wrap it up. I mean, Carter ran them all off. Huh?
A lot of people, you know, but I'm in a different situation. A lot of people do that. You know, they do that. Barbecue may not be their business, so it's a different outlook. You know what I'm saying? And then some of it, barbecue is their business. They want the clicks and the likes. I don't know. I just, you know, it's just different. That's all. Just a different way of looking at things.
Yeah.
Did I kill your show? I'm sorry.
Nope. You're really no.
Shit. Johnsy did. You're fine.
You know the level of degenerateness that happens on this show on a weekly basis? Like, this is G-rated today. Yeah, hey, real quick, happy birthday, Mrs. Nombre. Shut up. Happy birthday. Hey, he got you something really awesome and cool. He told me I can't wait to. It's really sparkly and shiny and got lots of sparkles. Sorry.
Okay, Tony, I'm getting a little.
Numbers like, oh shit.
I've never seen my farts before.
He's like, I don't know what that is. No, go ahead, Carter. Sorry.
I'm a little disappointed. You ain't had nobody send no question in for me. For
what? On like, I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I guess too many white people. I guess.
We haven't even had it. We've only had to ask like 3 questions, and you just keep giving us.
It was the hey, we stole it from there, and I think we lost half the crowd, but we'll get them back. We'll get them back.
No, wait. I mean, because you usually like you know like your sponsors be having a question or something. Oh, nobody wanted to sponsor.
We got one comment here. He says, "Can I see some nips?" I don't think that's going to qualify.
No.
Yeah, Pornhub.com. Pornhub.com.
I think people are just like chiming in on like a lot of the conversation tonight has been feed off on our conversation because normally we do get questions, but tonight it's just been so awesome with the conversation. People are just like
you can show the comments where they cussing me out. You can show that.
No, actually, there's not one. There's not a single one. There's not a single one. But okay, man. Let's describe Cleveland. Like, I know I want to talk about this because I struggle to define Ohio outside of it's a fusion state. But I want you to kind of back up here, like name the heritage groups that are in Cleveland alone that are big populations to these guys.
You mean barbecue joints?
No, just the different cultures and like the different ethnicities that have mass presence in Cleveland.
Well, obviously, you know, us people that's darkies, we there.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
You got a nice large African American population. You have a Hispanic population.
Oh, Stephen
you have a you have a huge Italian and Romanian population here in Cleveland. You do have an Asian sect as well.
Yep,
and they're actually growing. Then of course you have white people. You know, they're still here too.
And I know there's a couple others here that add on after you're done if you don't nail them.
Go ahead, say those because those are my those are.
In Parma, you have a massive Ukrainian population.
I'm sorry, that's the one, the Ukrainian.
And then you have the massive Polish community.
Now, Parma, me and Parma don't get along.
No, Parma's a dump, man.
By the time,
no offense to Parma.
By the time, you know, in my younger years, I think, and I used to work at this place called Parmadale. It was a part of Catholic Charities, housing for youth. I got pulled over. I can't tell you how many times I got pulled over because my shift was 3 to 11. So, you know, right before I get on the highway, I would get pulled over. It's like, come on, really? License and registration. I'm like, you know, I was like, could you tell me why? License and registration. I was a younger person, so I really didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have my wisdom about me about that time. So I probably let things go by that I shouldn't have. You know, they would pull me over, look at my car, whatever, try to see what's going on, and they say, okay, you can go. So I used to get pulled over recklessly in Parma. And then as I got older, anytime I drove through Parma, I almost got a ticket, you know, some type of ticket. Now, some of those were warranted, I will say. Some of those were warranted. But that has not been my favorite. That has been my least favorite city.
It can't be any worse than Oakley for Oakwood.
You know. So
Oakley for Oakwood, whatever that one's been at Garfield Heights, Oakwood Village.
Oakwood Village.
Now, I'm telling you, man, like they pull your ass over for just looking at them crooked, man. That's the worst.
There. Oakwood Village is a part of the Bedford school system, which I graduated from. It was Oakwood, Walden Hills, Bedford Heights. So those those 4 municipalities made up our school system. But yeah, and the Polish and Ukraine, our Polish. That's where Michael Simon one day, I think the second season of Barbecue Brawl. See, look, in every city there are multiple cities. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple cities. There's a city you see on the media. There's a city that people let you see. Tony doesn't know what it's like.
It's because I'm white. Duh.
Right. You know,
I don't get pulled over. Come on.
I'm white, and I very much know what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's all the different cultural cities that you see. So when somebody like Michael Simon talk about Cleveland barbecue, this Cleveland barbecue is not my Cleveland barbecue. You see what I'm saying?
I've been to Mabel's, and it's nothing like any other barbecue I've ever had because there's no barbecue sauce. You do not get barbecue sauce at his at Michael Simon's Mabel's. Everyone, John's eating ombre, and Doobie, he had to go. His wife was traveling. She landed. Glad she landed safe. So that's why he's not with us. If anybody's watching, but like I went to Mabel's barbecue, and don't get me wrong, it is phenomenal. It is so good. But the sauce is literally a vinegar sauce. There's not a single amount of tomato, ketchup, mustard. Like it is literally you get a cup with vinegar and you get this thing. It's got like fried cabbage, carrots, pork belly, brisket, and like pulled pork. And it's just like, and then you just put vinegar on it. Like that's Michael Simon's version of Cleveland. And it's
and that's not. Every other Cleveland barbecue you go to is tomato based. Okay, when you got the sauces and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? then you got the barbecue that's all sauced up. I don't like that. You know, off topic, but I said why you set yourself on fire, Steve? Come on.
Hey, he's AJ Styles, and he thinks he's in a WWE sometimes, so he needs to set shit on fire. I mean, it's part of his. He's from Texas. He's from Texas. I mean,
he's been partying over here in the comments.
So when you say, you know, and then people will say, oh, that's Cleveland barbecue because he's here again on the national scene, but that's not Cleveland barbecue to me. You see what I'm saying? It's not. It's just not. And he pulls his from, I believe it's his Polish. Was he Polish or Ukraine? It's one of the two. One of those two big ones you miss. And I apologize. I can't really tell you for sure certain, but for whatever ethnicity his background is, it pulls that in. And he even said a line.
It's supposedly a tribute to his mama's cooking, is what I've read. Because he's got a book out. He's got a book about the Mabel's barbecue. And Mabel was his mom's name, I believe. Mabel was his mom's name. So his style of barbecue came from his mom, and we don't know what heritage his mom's is. But yeah, it's different.
So, you know, because my style of barbecue and that style of barbecue, I grew up in the black barbecue joints, you know, Webb's, Whitmore's, Hot Sauce Williams, Kirkman's, Mount Pleasant, all these barbecue joints that we grew up with, open pit. None of them taste like that.
I'm realizing now that I'm in the barbecue community that I grew up really, really poor because we did a lot of hot dogs and hamburgers for our barbecue. Like it was like pulled pork. Like, what's pulled pork like? I was like, I have no idea. I didn't have pulled pork, not a single once as a kid.
We didn't do pulled pork. I mean, it was ribs. I mean, when you did something, you know, it was ribs, chicken, hot dogs, hamburgers. You know, it was that type of thing. You get really fancy, you did something different, but ribs was
barbecue though.
That was the most barbecue thing. You know what I mean? Nowadays, people do pulled pork and they'll smoke a brisket or do something like that. You know, but that back then, no. Again, because you either had a Weber, you had a homemade barrel, or you had that little square thing you get from Home Depot. Yeah. As much as you do it on there and just flip until it's done. You know, that was it. But no, nowadays it's different. But no, I grew up the same way, man. The ribs were the highlight.
What's funny is we had a dairy farm, and I remember our beef came from when a Holstein, which is a dairy cow, not a beef cow, would get like old or sick, and then that's what we'd send off to the processing plant because she's getting ready to die. And I remember we'd get these trash bags full of like hot dog wieners and casings from the local processor because that's all you can make out of that tough old bitch. As a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like, so many hot dogs. This is amazing. Growing up, I'm like, we were very poor, and that was what we had to work with. I am the hot dog master at this point in my life.
You make do with what you have. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money, but we just made do with what we have. And then during the holidays, you know, we celebrate the holidays, you know. They worked hard for what they did. When they had the time off they wanted to do for their family, just like yours did with whatever they had. And we came together. That's our potlucks, you know. We came together. Look, we'll do the meat. Y'all bring some extras. You over there don't bring this. But, you know, everybody else, y'all come, y'all bring a dish. We're going to do this together because everybody, you know, we were in a middle-class neighborhood, but that don't mean we were middle class. You know what I mean? Financially. You know what I'm saying? My parents struggled. But when we moved,
You're preaching.
When we moved there. I'm 52. We moved when I was 9 years old. The year before we moved, we got robbed twice in the same year. Wow. That was the third. That was the third time in 3 years. So, you know, we moved out to the Heights. You know, my father worked. He's a barber in the morning. He had a separate cleaning job at night and then an extra cleaning job on the weekend. And my mother worked as an assistant at Case Western Reserve. And my father worked his butt to the bone. They bought this house out in Bedford Heights. My father painted it, laid the tile, put the grass in, did all, you know, put the light post, put up lights, did all this, did all that. The only thing he didn't do was put in the carpet. We had somebody come put in the carpet. Wow. because they, just wanted a better life and to get out of the struggle, even though you were struggling. So a lot of us in that area were like that. So on holidays, hey man, we just all let it go. Kids get in trouble. What was we doing?
Now, and this is actually something, Nombre, I know your background a little bit, man. Like, I know you're in the same, like down in South Texas where you're from. Like, I know you said in like high school, like your tripas that you always talk about is like a very poor cut of meat. So, like, in my opinion, barbecue is making something awesome out of something cheap is like a big part of it. Anybody can go buy, like, and Doobie's not on here, but like he's always like, man, spend the extra 50 cents and get a prime brisket. I'm like, if I can't make a killer brisket out of choice, like why? I just don't. I don't know, man. I just don't see the point in paying extra for that. I know there's like, but even like the flavor's different. I've had prime brisket. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm all about. I go to the store and I see what's on clearance and reduced meat. And then that's what I buy, and that's what I put on the grill, like sometimes, because I'm like, oh, like that sounds good. It's
barbecue is community. Barbecue is community at its core.
Yes,
barbecue is community. I tell people all the time. Matthew Bourdain, I misquoted him before, but he says that barbecue. He doesn't know if it can change the world, but it can be the match that starts it. I believe barbecue can change the world. We had a bubble, and we had a huge Arizona.
I don't know. That's breaking news. That's breaking news.
He's moving back to Arizona.
He's literally called the Dallas Chef on. You know the Dallas Chef, right?
No.
You don't know the Dallas
Chef?
Chef?
Like right off the top of my head, no.
All right. Well, he sucks anyways.
Sorry, Steven.
Burn.
Yeah. Sorry, Steven. Hey, you want to say I want to milk more cows? You want to say I want to milk more bulls? Come on. Hey, you're not on the mic. I'm on the mic. I'll bury you.
Oh man!
White.
So wait, who's? If we could put everybody in the biggest argument that we have is, whose brisket is the best? Texas, this or that. That type of argument.
I didn't start it.
No, he did. Hey, I'm going to put a stop to it because we're just pissing.
But it's funny how Texas comes out when you think about Brexit. So.
No, we just worry about the repercussions of saying the best of something without well, down in Texas. I'm
gonna have to show you.
As soon as the word best comes out, it's Texas. Texas. Texas.
Okay. This is I got it.
For the record, I haven't said a sentence like that together, but lately those 2-3 words put together have been coming out of other people's mouth.
Yeah. Hey, what can we say? You own real estate in our heads. Yeah, congratulations.
Hey, here's the deal. I know this one thing. California has the best taco truck, so y'all can suck it.
That's probably facts.
Hey, California's barbecue scene, though, ain't no joke.
No,
it is no joke.
Yeah. I think everybody's barbecue scene in today's day and age.
Hey, we're the third biggest state. California ain't too tiny, bud. We can put up with Texas.
That's right. I don't know, man. I think there might be certain parts of California, but I'm pretty sure Texas is outgunning California.
Look, I'm admitting that was a lot of bold talk. We can't.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but if we had everyone else in California like Johnsy, it would be a different story. But
it would also.
Can we all agree that Johnsy's an anomaly of California?
You're an anomaly, dude.
I have like 50 plastic straws in my house, Johnsy.
Oh, you dolphin killing son of a bitch!
Let me. I mean, I know y'all probably can't see this.
I got plastic straws hidden away. Too.
Hang on. Oh, hang on. Now, wait. Okay, there it is. No, do it now.
Here's one slide. Oh, come on.
That's like
there's the other slide.
That's like the picture of LeBron James I sent you the other day, Tony.
Here's the other slide.
Hey, I did the same logo earlier, right, Tony?
And there's the other slide. And then you see where Texas is?
Fake news.
Yeah,
man.
Now let me tell you who's first. Wait a minute. It goes in this order. Like the real winners: KC Barbecue, Memphis, North Carolina, South Carolina, St. Louis Gas Grill, Gas Station Barbecue, Foreman Grill Barbecue, Grill Chinese Food, Texas Barbecue.
Okay. Can we
I
all?
got this real quick.
Okay, you go ahead. Go ahead, Hombre.
And we didn't even make the list.
When other people are talking about you, it's because they envy you or you're on top. Just throwing it.
This is from one of my friends in Texas, but I just thought it was funny.
That guy is not a true Texan. He buried Texas. He is not.
That's why he said. That's why he said fake news.
Hey, can we just say that gas station barbecue was on there and California wasn't even mentioned? I mean, I know.
Hey, I've had some good gas station barbecue before. I'm not gonna lie, Darren. I didn't expect fake news to be the first time said on this show by you. That was not on the bingo card.
True
that was not on the bingo card. That was not on my projection.
I am full of surprises.
Like we don't do it a whole lot on here. So the fact that you brought that on here, we thank you. I mean,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. Oh man.
So
hey man, Carter, Darren. I call you Carter, man. I know you're Darren. But fine, hey, by the way, real quick, I remember what it is. Anybody that's watching this, if you've seen on the ticker, if you go to Carter's Barbecue online, he's got sauces, and he's got seasonings, it's savory. The seasoning is super honey. His wife Teresa's got a honey barbecue sauce that is off the charts. He's also got a garlic pepper blend that came out last year as well. Garlic onion. And you can save 15% off if you'd like to try it using promo code Night Train Lane. We're still old school on that one. That's why you know he's an OG. That's how you know he's an OG, because you can use Night Train instead of Dude Network to get your 15%. Oh,
I'm out of the sauce. I got to make another batch. I got to make another batch of the sauce.
That means it's small batch, folks. It ain't no commercial shit.
That's the good stuff.
If you DM me, at Carter's Barbecue 216, at Carter's Barbecue 216 on IG. If you see it and you want some, you DM me. Let me know, and I'll just put you on the list to let you know when I make some, and then we can go from here. I'll have you get it before we put it on the website. But I do have some the all-purpose rub, the pork and chicken rub, and then the garlic and onion rub.
So you're still bottling and in-house mixing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
small batch stuff. And telling you right now, if you like a sweet savory profile, I have a bottle that's empty. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't empty many bottles, but I emptied every damn ounce of every little granule of that Carter's Barbecue.
It's co-packing for someone like me is still too expensive, even for some small batch co-packers. Is even if there's a gentleman who I would love to use. He's in Atlanta, and great prices, and he can do a smaller number, than most commercial co-packers. But the shipping will kill me right now.
Well, look up Shed. Talk to Shed Barbecue, or reach out to the Shed, and then reach out to Texas, to Fiesta brand. Reach out to them.
Texas will fix you right up.
Texas,
I don't know
who's that?
It's called.
It's Fiesta. Everything.
It's
Texas.
Fiesta brand. Look them up. Fiesta brand. They do pretty good. They're co-packers.
Oh, okay. Tony, you know them?
Nope. I don't associate with Texas outside of Nombre.
Oh man.
Well,
Nombre, it goes a compliment.
Are they on Nombre? They on IG?
They might, man. I think so.
Honestly, I am not the co-packer guru. I would say, if as a fellow Ohioan, maybe reach out to friend of show Redbeard Seasoning out of Willard.
Oh yeah,
He might be able to hook you up with someone that's friendly to the state of Ohio. And then you also have another co-packer up there in Cleveland, Branch Barbecue Sauce, we can hook you up with too. Well, I'll hook you up, Darren, man. I got you, dude. I got you, man. Whatever you need, we are a network of dudes and dudettes.
Dudettes. I love the one where you had Leanne and Tina. Was Tina on with that one too with Leanne?
Yeah, because I was stuck at the airport, man. My flight got delayed coming back from Omaha.
You came in like what 30 minutes in or something like that.
Yeah, man. And Doobie had to I called Doobie in the morning and I was like, "Hey, bro, you gotta host like 2 barbecue Hall of Famers on your own by 30 minutes. See ya, bye."
Leanne just got inducted this year.
She did get inducted. Tina's actually not yet, but
Tina's not.
Hopefully one day she will.
I haven't watched the barbecue brawl season this year.
I don't know, man. It's weird. Bobby Flay was acting
like I'm not hating or anything, but the three finalists have no skills. They have no skills. I'll take that back. I follow Queen Smoke, the female.
Oh yeah,
she can do briskets and she's not doing any barbecue. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
She can do some stuff, man. Queen Smoke.
She's not
showcasing her barbecue skills at all. I'm like, what are you doing?
Who's the final 3? Because I ain't been watching it. I don't think
the gentleman with glasses, the young guy,
Dan to win.
And then I like that guy that makes that sounds funny, the sausage, the one he made it.
It's only funny if you make it.
It's the what's his name? Bald guy.
I'll look and figure it out. Yeah, but
I don't. But it's basically like 3 non-traditional American barbecue finalists for this year's season. Yeah, Tina was voted off last week. Yeah. She was like 1 episode away from making the finale. The finale's Monday, where they crown the champion. But yeah, she was on Team Bobby, and it was a good experience for Tina.
Dude, I'm gonna throw it out here. She went home because the crown of lamb was not done right. Well, she didn't fucking cook it,
and
bro.
that was Bobby.
Exactly.
I was like, what the fuck, Bobby? I don't know, but this show's a joke too, bro. You had that guy's funny as fuck. What's his name?
Jet.
The
host,
judges,
the equestrian, the judge.
Mm-hmm. He's funny as hell, but what the fuck does he know, bro? Like,
I know, man, but yeah,
he has a very, I don't know necessarily for barbecue, but for food, he does have receipts. He does have receipts for cuisine.
The judge, the equestrian dude, I forget his name, but he's got receipts.
Oh wait a minute, the equestrian. Oh wait. Okay,
queer eye for the straight guy or straight guy queer eye. That guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's very. I mean, it is Pride Month. He's very pro Pride Month. So he's on that show.
No, I'm not hating that he's that. I'm just saying what. How can you?
He's from the South, though. He's from the South. He's probably
the same guy that was on season 2.
I didn't watch season 2. Okay. I know Ohio won because that's after I heard that I was like, don't need to watch it. I already know. Duh, Ohio. Hey, Nombre, did you know that in season 2, someone from Ohio beat out every contestant from Texas to be the head of barbecue?
Every dog has his day.
Listen, did you know?
Oh man!
Oh boy!
Eventually, if you sneeze hard enough, a booger will fly out. You know what I mean?
Woo! He just can't take it. He just can't. I can't wait for Arch Manning to have like 4, 6, and 4 seasons.
It's all good, man.
He's gonna lose to Oklahoma all 4 years.
Like I said, man, dude. If you love the craft of barbecue, you're down with the history of barbecue, and you do it for the right reasons, I don't have no problem with you. I don't care who you are. Because you are honing a craft that was created, just like art, just like music, just like whatever. How can you want to be a rapper and not know Rapper's Delight? You know what I'm saying? You can't. If you really want to know how to be a rapper, you got to know where it started, where it came from.
Yep.
And the same thing about any other craft.
It was in my basement back in 1986.
We go further.
That was the one. I got it.
I was in elementary school when I was in 6th grade when
Night Drizzle.
I like Night Drizzle.
Yeah. So I'm a little, you know, I've been around the way a little bit.
Hey, Carter, we're doing a collab here soon, man. I want to do this bullfrog chicken together with you, actually.
You know what? I would do it for Nombre. I would do it.
Hey, you and I will do it together for Nombre. One of us is going to do a spatchcock. One of us is going to do a bullfrog. We're going to bring 2 chickens. We're going to put on that fancy new big-ass smoker of yours. Absolutely. We're going to waste a bunch of charcoal to do 2 tiny chickens.
2 chickens.
And we're going to go ahead and see which one is official like a whistle.
We're going to have a couple of more butts on the side. They're just not going to see that.
Yeah. We're going to be doing some ribs. I want some rib recipes, damn it.
That's some ribs. We're going to do some.
I was like, yeah, you don't have to put all that charcoal for chicken. Put some more things on.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm bummed we didn't get into is your background of knowledge of food. Period.
Yes, I know, man. Oh, like, dude, on the TikTok show, his soul food selector was awesome.
We need to get him back on just to talk about some of that stuff again.
Or if he's got 10 more minutes, he can talk about some soul food.
I don't really have. I mean,
the history of soul food, of why it's called soul food.
Yeah.
Here again, soul food. What we consider soul food or comfort food, here again is basically tending from the South. Okay.
Yeah.
And here again, when you think of rice, it came from Africa, the west coast of Africa, the countries of Africa. When you think of even how macaroni and cheese, I thought about that. When you think of the slow cooking greens, the comfort, those type of things, that all again come from enslaved Africans. Now, when you get into a lot of things like oxtails, pig feet, obviously, those type of material, those type of foods. Here again, those were the scraps. So we had to do, what we had to do. So they would cook them. Who knew a pig's guts would become a delicacy?
Right.
Hallelujah.
But that's all that you had. So there are so many things. See, this is my thing. This is my thing.
I love it. Hey, wait. Moment of silence because he's about to bring it. Wait.
I said I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it.
Okay, go. You're good. Go.
First of all, you have to ask yourself, why don't we know this? Okay. When you found out something, instead of dismissing it, ask yourself, well, why didn't I know that? Why wasn't I taught? Why wasn't I taught that in the second stanza of the what's our national song? I forgot it already. The Pledge of Allegiance.
Star Spangled Banner.
Thank you. On the second stanza.
No, that's not it at all.
America the Beautiful.
MGK Cleveland. Let's go. That's the national song.
This one. You know what? This one. Just chop it off. But why weren't we taught? The second stanza talked about, how Francis Scott Keys was happy that the hireling, the British and the slaves were getting killed. Were our freedom. And why weren't we taught that? Why didn't we know that there was Benjamin Banner? Even in Cleveland, every school in Cleveland should know about Gary Morgan, the stoplight, just those little things. Why don't we know these things? Why all do we know? We have one page of Martin, Malcolm. You gotta hate Malcolm. Malcolm was terrible. And Rosa Parks. Oh yeah, there was.
She was the worst, man. I mean, she really ruined it for all us white people.
Yeah, because now y'all can't sit in the back.
Jesus, I regret even saying that on that topic, man. Like, had no business. All right, let's move on.
Why don't we know about this? Why are you teaching our children that Africans were immigrants that were happy to come over here? Everybody else that came here was
really a thing
in Texas. It's really a thing. Not only in Texas though, but in some other countries, they actually have books that are saying that Africans came over here happily as immigrants.
No, bro, they came over here in cages because they were slaves, and they didn't have no.
We know that majority wise, But why are you teaching kids that? So here's my point that I didn't want to get into, but I'm getting to. So you have to ask yourself, why aren't these things being
We're
taught?
committed at this point. Go ahead.
The major, from the major levels to the minor levels, okay? Rockefeller built this country. No, they got wealth from the backs of enslaved people. And let me tell you something, there was no white slaves here in America. The Italians, everybody else were indentured servants. They were able to pay off their debt. And in the 1600s, that's where we got the definitions of race, because they had to put one over the other. So in the 1600s, we're going to call these black people. And these black people are animals. And they're this and they're that. And we're white because we're different. So you had to separate the two. So now you have a group that you can push off and disregard because of now what you call race, which is just a construct. There's no race. We all humans. We're all humans. You see what I'm saying? There are different cultures, but they're not different races. There's a culture. There's not a race, because we all are the same within ourselves. So, but you again have to ask yourself, why don't we know that? Why wasn't that taught? Why do we still think Christopher Columbus discovered North America? Why? Why do people, when you say, well, he didn't discover America, he didn't really do that. Well,
I will say that one makes no damn sense, because there is so much proof to prove that he didn't do it, that they've even made TV shows like that are not fictional, based on the non-fictional fact that he didn't.
Even till today, people believe that he discovered North America.
And that he was a good person.
That dude is a straight piece of shit, bro.
And if a statue of him comes down, we're erasing history. But then you got CRT, which is not even taught in elementary schools. This is where I'm going. There is no elementary, middle school, high school that teaches CRT. CRT is a law class taught in college, not even the way, and it doesn't, the way it's portrayed is acting like we're trying to make people feel bad for their color. Well, hell, you've been doing that since we got over here. Right. You never say black is beautiful. Black is dirty. Black is bad. Black is this. And now, since you were finding out your true history, I don't want my kids to feel bad. Well, what about my kid? When your kid called my kid an N-word, what about that? What about when your kid called you so dark, you midnight? What about that? You don't think that hurts my kid? Oh, but if your kid learns that your ancestors were slave owners, and I'm not saying that, okay, maybe your ancestors were. Did y'all do that? No, you didn't. But do you still take part of what was built in that fabric? Yes, you do. Does that mean you're bad people? No, it doesn't. Does that mean you have privilege? In some things, yes. Does privilege mean that you don't work hard? Absolutely not. That's another narrative that people get all wrong. It doesn't mean that you don't work hard. It doesn't mean that you're not this. But if you and I, Tony, have a 750s credit score, we go into the same doggone bank. I guarantee you, I'll bet 2 years worth of paychecks. Either my loan is going to be lower or my interest rate is going to be higher. And we can be even across the board. But as soon as they see us face to face, and it's been documented, and that's the thing when we talk about where there's institutionalized. So, it goes further than barbecue.
Hang on. What if I'm wearing my bib overalls and there's holes in them and I look like a total scuzzball?
You're probably inbred and they feel sorry for you.
You'll probably get twice.
No, that's not it. No, I'm Brad.
You get twice as much. So you just got
twice as much. He says.
You just got to ask yourself, why? What are you trying to hide? Why can't you just let America be America?
America.
Yes. All these people, Rockefeller, they did good. All these people, they did good. But if you did not have free chattel slavery, now let's understand chattel slavery. Chattel slavery was not. That was new in the sense of where it was. People there was slavery in Egyptians and Romans. No, they had indentured servants. They had people walk off, and they had people that were prisoners of war. They had people that were criminals who they put into servitude. nowhere in the history where you find one set of people stripped from their homeland, stripped of everything they believed, giving something new, and their life taken away from them. The rest of their life. You can't buy out, do nothing. You are literally property. There is nowhere you're going to show me where you find that. Nowhere.
Native Americans.
Native Americans weren't. They didn't have that type of slavery.
No, they got.
It happened to the Irish
They did.
to go pick sugar
killed them.
canes
They just killed them.
Irish was able to buy their way out.
Oh,
Irish was, again, they were, and that's the whole reason they couldn't be seen. That was the whole reason back in the 1600s where the adaptation of race came from, because we had to separate the two. You had to separate the two. You didn't want anybody to, you couldn't say these people were indentured or slaves. These people weren't indentured. Our people weren't. They were part of the chattel slavery. I mean, the Native Americans, unfortunately, they were just wiped out.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they didn't get a chance. They didn't get a chance. Our next door town, literally, is called. It has a Ohio. They have the Ohio like landscape marker.
Yeah,
and like the town's called the Moravian Indian Massacre, where they just like put them all in a cabin and set it on fire, and like oh, let's make a history mark about it. I'm like, oh, that's
there are about four.
Good for us.
There are about four. I know of two on top of my head. Two are in Georgia, but there are about 4 cities that were inhabited, all black cities, back in the day that were flooded purposely. Now they're ponds. They're ponds, and they have houses around them that are, very expensive, and little kids swim in that pond all day long. But if a drought comes, you can see down to the pond where these houses that are still down there, that they were flooded. I mean, what is it that people couldn't live on their own that you had to flood them? What is it that you had to have a Black Wall Street to where you had a thriving neighborhood, but you just came and blew it up? You just blew it up. So people wonder why some people, can't leave things alone, because nobody's trying to change it. And now you're trying to, people are trying to wipe all that away in the name of CRT.
What I do like about it, though, enough about history of like where we've been, but I think we should take this to finish this note
positively
on a positive side.
Right.
But I think we can all agree that in the year of 2022, that we are all working together. Especially look at Instagram, like look at the show right now. I mean, look at all 4 of us from different parts of the country. 3 different ethnicities here, and we're all talking about the same common ground, which is barbecue. And I think that, and this just goes to show the modernization of our society, we are now kind of working more together than ever, especially during COVID, where everybody was stuck at home, learning new stuff, and now all these creators and everything have kind of come together. And I think that everybody's learning a lot off each other. And I think that going forward, that the age of barbecue has taken a turn for the better, to where it's become more of a fusion effort all across the country for all regions of where you're from, what type of wood you use, what flavor profile your seasonings are, what kind of sauces or vinegars you're using, what method of smoke are you rolling? Is it drum? Is it pellet? Is it whatever? Everybody's going and getting what they can get, and they can all find creators of all different stuff to help get them to where they can learn really quick. I mean, again, I'm a prime example, everybody. I bought my first offset in October, and here I am not even 8 months later, I'm selling barbecue, and it's not bad, because I had other creators to reach out and teach me the hacks. And it came from everybody, and I'm personally proud of
you was selling those ribs that you was doing, that video, those record ribs that you was selling.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But again, I learned that rack. I got that rack hack from somebody else. I would have never known about it. But like that's what's beautiful about everything, man. Is like I think we're like it sucks what happened in the past. It really does. And I think a lot of people have more sympathy now than ever. And Darren, I don't want to speak like you can agree or disagree to that. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But like I feel that everybody just wants to learn how to be the best barbecuer at this point in time. And I don't think anybody's too proud to turn away information from someone. Now, are still people. There's obviously still some really dumbass motherfuckers out there, for lack of a better term. But for all of us like that have like a decent head on our shoulders that know how to like just get along with everybody and just go with life and, not worry about spending your energy on stupid shit. But like, I think it's becoming more and more of we've got a long way to go, but there's still like, there's more now than ever. Can we agree with that? There's more now, like fusion now of cultures and barbecue than ever, right?
Is anybody in the group left-handed outside of me?
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm independent, actually. I do swing. I'm a swinger. I swing both ways.
Every topic's up right now, Ray.
I literally. It depends. I tend to go right-sided, but I truly am independent. I feel I am truly independent.
I can't really. Well, maybe I still. Well, I'm left-handed.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course not. I am the bomb. Jeez.
He's a meatitarian, for Christ's sake. Look at his shirt.
Being left-handed.
Don't eat next to a right-handed person.
No, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm always at the other end. I always have to make sure.
Yeah.
So, but being left-handed is difficult because one, my handwriting is how left-handed people, you can see them write different type of ways.
How do you write? You write super?
No, I write straight. They never allowed me in school to form a writing way. I had to learn how to write left-handed, right-handed. Does that make sense?
Oh, we were actually talking about left, right-handed. My bad.
So
I thought we were still on the same track. That's on me.
So
I was like, man, we're really going after it tonight, but let's go.
So with that, this dude right here, right there. There you go. With that, growing up, obviously, my little papers were all smushy.
Smeared.
Yeah. There's only
left-handed. I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's only like one left-handed glove in our elementary school, so it was two of us in the class, in our classmates. So we could never be on the same team because I had to switch the glove with him. When we switched the bat and stuff. And then you were living in a world where it's set up for the majority of right-handed people. Yeah. So whatever scissors, whatever notebooks, books, everything is set up for right-handed. And then you get at a table where you sit next to a right-handed person and they get uncomfortable. They're like, they're bothered because you're left-handed. I mean, what you gonna do? You're left-handed. What am I supposed to do? Okay, that's just the word. What do you
learn how to write with your right hand? Duh, Jesus.
And
don't inconvenience us right-handers.
And this is the point because they can't understand how it is to live that way, really. And then they say, well, okay, now you got better products. You know what I'm saying? You got some left-handed scissors and stuff now. It should be better. Well, no, it's really not because the fabric of what we have to navigate being left-handed is still really, really thick. It may be we may have a little snip there, but it's still really thick. And I notice it more because I'm left-handed because it's opposite of what the norm is. You see what I'm saying? When you're in the norm, it really doesn't hit you unless you really try to dive into that.
Right.
There's no difference in when we talk about the difference with African Americans here. It's just the same thing. We're the odd man out. The society wasn't built for us in mind. When society was built, we weren't even considered people. So those practices have, even though things have changed and got better individually, systematically, they're still drudged. And if you're not either really even dove into it and or part of it, it's kind of hard to see something that was made for you. You know what I'm saying? If you're Tom Brady, Tom Brady's system was made for him. You know, him and Belichick, they made it for him. We talked about oh no, that's somebody else. When Roethlisberger, but when he couldn't run no more, they made a system for him that he can just quick it. So if he was, if he was to come to somebody else where the system wasn't, he would fail because it's not his system.
But they Ben, they should have just made his ass lose weight. That was the issue.
Well, they should have, yeah, that was it. But the point I'm making, when you're in the system, you're flowing, you really don't see how somebody else thinks that something's wrong, because it's not wrong for you. It's not difficult for you. You don't have to take those extra steps. You don't have to go that extra mile. You don't have to work that extra hard. You don't have to do this because of whatever. I got to do things different. My whole work is made for right-handed people. The way that I work at the mill, it's built for right-handed folks. So with the few of us that are left-handed, we got to adjust, and we have to move through, and we have to adjust. And then, if there's some difficulty, people look at you like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you get this? Well, it's not made for me. And you're not making accommodations or bringing me into it. So I'm just doing my best right now to get into it. So that is just synonymous of how we have to navigate life a lot of times. The things that you see that are better are, but yet we see everything else behind it that you may not. And that's not even a fault of anybody's. It's just the way that it is. The point is, from when you realize that, and this is for everybody that may still be here if I didn't throw y'all all away. When you realize that, what do you do?
That's okay. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't know where you were going, but we can. I got all this against me. I'm not gonna succeed. I'm gonna be part of the system, or you fight through it and you succeed.
No, not even that. No, we obviously fight through to succeed. It's not on the onus of our part. It's from the other people. It's from the other side. Now that you know that there's a system out there that's not inclusive of me, what do you do? Do you help us change it? Are you a part of spreading the love and bringing all of it in and getting things changed? Or are you just going to stay comfortable and stay in your lane? I'm so sorry. Tony, please invite me back. I swear I won't say nothing else but barbecue.
No, you're all good, man. We're all good, dude.
Yeah. Hey. Tony's going to defriend me. He's not going to ever talk to me anymore.
No, I don't see any of that shit, man. Life is good. I look for good people that are going to take care of me, and I take care of them, man. If you ain't good to me, fuck you. That's just where I'm at. And you've always been good to me, Carter. And speaking of also been good to me, Nombre and John Z, you guys have been awesome, dude. We've been at this for over 2 hours tonight. We need to wrap this up. We're ready to kick off this weekend and get into it here. Everybody wake up tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Do something nice for somebody. Just go find somebody that you've never met before and do something really nice for them. Just tell them that they look good and say hello and say, yes, sir, no, ma'am.
I don't want to get a divorce, bro.
Hey. Nombre, you got a full hog to cook tomorrow. Carter, you got to go up there and sling some steel up there in Cleveland. John Z, I don't know. Hell, man, it's only like 8 o'clock where you're at. You suck. You got you got the whole night ahead of you yet. We're ready to go to bed. So
I still might cook my 2-inch tomahawk.
Ooh.
Yeah, I dry.
You got time. You got time.
I started dry brining it. It's Friday, so I might just say,
send Send it.
Hey, bro, Johnson, you still haven't done the signature yet, or did I miss it? I was very busy this earlier evening.
No. But I promise tomorrow for sure you'll be seeing that.
Oh, Milton. Hey. Hey.
Hey,
Carter, look at this.
Oh,
Look
here
at
it
this.
is. Here it is. Here it is. Here we go.
Whoa.
Twinsies.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
I'm gonna need you to barbecue on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need you on Sunday.
Thank you. So I hope I didn't down too many people. Don't
It
erase
was definitely a different show, but I think it's okay.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey.
You put the dude in the Dude Network. You're like, dude.
Yeah.
So, dudes and dudettes,
dude.
ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all, and we will see you next week. And we have Nombre. Tell us about our guest next Friday, real quick. Before you roll out.
We got the Sultan of Dad Jokes, Bo the Goat.
Yeah.
So, Carter, tune in, ask your questions, get your dad jokes ready, because I only have one, and that guy has a gazillion.
Yeah,
a lot of times, depending on like if I'm at work or something, I pop in on the YouTube every so often. I get a chance to come in and see some things. So a lot of times I may comment, a lot of times I don't. Well, a few times I comment, a lot of times I don't though. But I got to keep up with my brother, man, because you're doing some good stuff. I really appreciate what you're doing. I really do.
Hey, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you coming back on.
You.
A true OG original guest of the Dude Sessions / Weekend Kickoff Party, straight out of Cleveland, Ohio. The seasoning whisperer, Darren Carter.
Oh,
Straight out of Cleveland.
Straight out of Cleveland.
Oh.